All right, all right. Each and every year during the month of June, definitely have to reach out to one of the greatest pioneers in the community, Marie Brown. Good morning, ma'am. I'm sorry, good afternoon. How are you?
Well, good afternoon. Good afternoon. I'm
All
doing
right.
fine. What about yourself?
I will not complain, Marie. Marie want you to share with us about Juneteenth. But before we get started with Juneteenth, I've always had a question, and now is a great opportunity for me to present it or ask you, what was your early motivation for being a pioneer, being an advocate in the community? I'm talking about from my past history, I always known you to be so active in the community when someone or a group of individuals were being overlooked or or put in a position where there was no equality. I'll always hear a voice, and your voice will be around. When did you pick up that thrill or that passion to help those in the community that were not heard?
Well, I think it started when I was in elementary school.
Really?
You know, when you're in elementary school and you're about 5, 10 already, you know, and I always found that people would always pick on the underdog at the
Hmm.
school. So I was always like that person. Hey, come on, hang out with me or get in my group, and I'll kind of protect you, you know. And so it's kind of started there, and that's how most of my classmates were as I was going to elementary school, and it just went on to the junior high and high school. And I came up in Reverend Russell's church right
Mm.
around the corner from where I lived, and we would always go there and volunteer for anything they had going on. So that kind of started early in life, you know.
Oh,
A lot of times people don't realize if you can watch a child as they coming up, you can pick out those qualities and say, hey, that child gonna be a leader, that child gonna be a preacher, that child gonna be this, you know. So we kind of get that at a young age. So it just spilled over in my adulthood. And with 5 children, I had to be creative also. So
I like that. Creative. That's
yeah,
right. That's
so
right.
so it doesn't matter what you have to take what you got and make it into something. So there's no excuse. You just have to be creative. And there's one thing as an adult, I always ask God for wisdom. And with wisdom, if you ask him for that, then he's going to send you challenges to make some decisions about certain things. So whatever you ask for, you're going to get a training ground for it. So if you ask to be rich, you're going to get some people always trying to take your money. So so you wonder why, so you think about those things and you think about your own life, you say, I have a feel for this. So the things that you're doing now, God sent you people to train you to be the best. So you may thought it was situations, but that was just a training ground for your future.
All right. I like that. I like the way you present that. All right. So let's get right into it. Today, I mean, not today, but the month is June. And in June, history has predicted Juneteenth. And so tell us or explain to us what, because I'm originally from Chicago. And unfortunately, I never ever heard of Juneteenth until I migrated to the South, into Louisiana. Now, I'm somewhat familiar with it over the past 10 years, but over the past couple of years, and don't don't kill me when I say this. Some people are saying, Marie, that uh, President Trump made Juneteenth noticeable to all of citizens in the United States. So, what is Juneteenth?
Well,
That's what they say, Marie.
let's dispel that one right away. That is not true, and you heard it from me. And
All
my
right,
motto now is 98% of the stuff I hear is true. You find the 2% that's not.
all
So
right, all
we
right.
we could start from there. But Juneteenth has been going on in southern states for a long time because it was passed along through our past generations. So it's all about telling the story. And
Mm-hmm.
if you're willing to listen to the stories from the elders, uh, then you'd be surprised of what you can learn. But the problem now is we got to get to the point that we hear the drum beat again. And the drum beat is what brings us back to the center to be able to listen to the elders. So when young people try to go past us, because my generation, we the new old people. We are the new old people now. That's
right.
me.
That's right.
So all the stories that I heard from a childhood, it's up to me to pass on. So therefore, we've always talked about Juneteenth as I was coming up. You know, Louisiana, you think about it. Louisiana, all these border states, Louisiana, Florida, all these states sent their slaves to Texas. And that's where Texas got a sign say, don't mess with Texas. Because when you come, you better be ready for a fight.
Right, right.
So Texas had their own militia, and they wasn't ready. The southern states wasn't ready to give up. Now, I had about a month ago, somebody wrote a letter to the city about us celebrating Juneteenth for a whole month, and basically accused us of all the crimes that's going on in Monroe. We'll be in the streets. Like, it was almost like Reconstruction. If you read about Reconstruction or ever saw that movie, how they said Black people will act once they let us in politics to run things. I mean, go back and look at that. You'll be surprised and shocked at how they thought we would carry on if we got in politics. And in that movie, they all dressed up in blackface. So you can imagine. But
yes.
There was that letter that came, and I thought about it. They was complaining about us celebrating Juneteenth in Monroe for the whole month. But you know what I thought about? You complaining about a whole month, but yet you kept me for 2 years working for free, and you complained about a whole month. So if the 2 years of slaves being freed in 1863, and you didn't allow us to become free until they sent an army down here to say it's time to let the slaves go, why are you being bothered by a month? And you don't understand that I'm bothered by the 2 extra years. So let's stop acting like we got amnesia.
Right.
Because even if you don't allow critical race theory in schools, the story is still being told. It's going to continue to be told. And we got to stop sitting around waiting on folks to give us permission to tell the story. Now, I'm happy that Biden made it a federal holiday. I'm happy about that. But I'm also upset about it in another way, that we didn't want to come to the table unless we were given permission. Now I've given you permission to celebrate Juneteenth. We got to stop that. This is our 12th year. And only the last 2 years, I've seen people in authority come out and celebrate Juneteenth.
Right.
Something wrong with this picture. And now we got everybody wants to do something for Juneteenth. Oh my God. We should have been like other Southern states, people that were fighting for Juneteenth. We should have been a part of that. But
that was going to be one of my questions. Has it become commercialized now?
Yes. Now you can go to store and find Juneteenth stuff in the store.
Right.
At what point do we say, we're not going to buy that stuff from Walmart? Because, you know, Walmart came up with the Juneteenth ice cream and all this foolishness. But guess what? People came and they shut that down. That ice cream melted and went somewhere else. You know, no.
I remember that from last year. I do.
Yeah. You got to quit doing stuff to think that we're going to accept that. Something's wrong with this picture. And at some point, we have to stop. You know, so we can't allow people to commercialize Juneteenth.
Right.
And there are plenty t-shirt shops, people making t-shirt, Black folk. Go to those people and buy a t-shirt. Go to those people that's making stuff, you know.
Circulate the dollar in the African-American community first.
Exactly. But, I just don't know what it's going to take.
It's going to take what you're doing, consistency. Because I've always known you to be on the radio. You allow me to be your producer. You're talking about the culture then. I've seen you run for mayor. You were speaking about the culture. I've seen you helping individuals that were running for office. You were speaking about the culture. What it's going to take is you. Keep doing what you're doing. And as you said, that people are watching, children are watching, and eventually someone's going to duplicate what you're presenting to us. It's going to become a behavior. So I want to thank you for that. But also, as you continue sharing with us, tell us about the parade that's going to be taking place very soon.
Well, I tell you what, we're back at Wiseman High School again, and we're famous for the $20 parade. Nowhere in the country you can get in a parade for $20, and we've been doing this for 12 years.
All right,
so
consistency.
I always want to make it affordable for people to take that money and do your decorations or get more groups in, and just think about that we can stop and have a family safe moment. This is about the family. And that's what I want to pass on to the next generation, because I've also found an awesome group of young people that's going to take over Juneteenth when I'm gone. But guess what?
Now, how does that make you feel? Because I know you've always been looking for that.
Man, I got it, Bruce. I tell you, I'm so excited about it. They do a community big picnic called Bootnik.
Yes.
And I'm just excited about these young people. They work in a church. They work with young people. I mean, I'm telling you, God couldn't have sent me a better group.
Yeah, because even though I can hear your voice, Marie, but I'm looking at your thumbnail and I see you in front of a table that says People United of Louisiana. And I know that's what you're all about, uniting the people in the community.
Exactly. And look, God couldn't have gave me a better job. Right. And I'm like, People United, what a job for me. So that was really awesome too. So I'm so excited about these young people, and they're working hard. I mean, they do graphic, they designing t-shirts, they've designed a commercial for me. So I'll have to send you that commercial.
Okay.
And I'm telling you, I'm just excited about working with young people. And I told them, I said, I'm gonna still be in the background, but I need y'all to start doing it. I don't want to wait till I'm gone and y'all start doing it. I want y'all to start now, where, I can help you in any way I can, and we constantly perfect this. So I'm excited.
I think it's in the Bible, isn't it, Marie, that young people are for wars, the elders are for counsel.
Come on now.
Yeah.
And see, we at some point we got to learn our place.
That's what we do.
And then we train them up as the way they should go.
Right.
But if we don't never give them a chance and always wait your chance, what you mean wait your chance? No, you're supposed to go along with them. So, and that's why I'm excited about it. And I tell people, if you don't have young people in your organization or church, you are a dying industry.
Right.
You have to have young people, and I'm really excited about that. But we're gonna line up at Wiseman High School on the 17th. We're gonna leave Wiseman High School at 10 o'clock. We're gonna line up at 9. We're gonna leave at 10 on time. We're gonna go down Burke-Jones Lane and all the way to the pavilion. And when we get to the pavilion, we're gonna have a big family picnic. You don't even have to pay for the picnic. Louisiana Seafood is giving us plenty catfish and shrimp. So, and People United gonna donate hot dogs, and I got other people gonna be donating stuff. So we wanna have this big community picnic and just say, hey, just take a moment to chill. Just think about, this is gonna be a peaceful family event. And I'm so excited about it. And the community excited about it also. Plus, I got a big announcement to make. So I tell you, if you want to hear what I got to say, you better show up at that picnic. And you can say I gave a pre-interview with you. Gonna be a big announcement coming at the Juneteenth celebration at the picnic. Also, we're going to have the mobile traveling museum will be there out from Baton Rouge. They're going to bring every invention that was ever invented by Black people. That's going to be awesome. So
Pretty
I'm looking
powerful.
forward to that, because again, we have to let our children know our life didn't start from slavery. And
That's
it
right.
didn't end in slavery. This is just a new beginning, because you're talking over 150 some years from the moment we were freed from being a slave. And think about it, within that 150 years, what is it, 158 years, if my math is right? You done went through slavery, Reconstruction, Jim Crow, and almost in the 20s, Jim Crow. This is a Jim Crow movement. So we have survived a lot of hardship. It wasn't, you're free, now go and make good, my child. No. Can you imagine walking away with just the clothes on your back? And then where could you hide? Where could you go? What could you do? So if a people can start from scratch, you know, those of us that know how to cook, if you say, I want a cake from scratch, you just looking at a bag of flour.
That's right.
And you got to
Initially.
put all this other stuff, you got to go and gather all this other stuff to go in it.
That's
So
right. Ingredients.
exactly. So look what we came up with, and you came away with nothing, and you turned it into something. But we can still do the same thing if we quit just focusing on an illusion. Follow the shiny penny. We got to teach our children about saving money, about how to bank, you know. And I look at it, in 28 days I spent in the school at the, I did a 28-day readathon during Black History Month, that you can't read nothing but Black inventors, Black stories. And the schools allowed me to come in and do that. And man, when I realized that if we don't teach our children how to read, when they get to the junior high school, that's a problem.
Right.
You know, and
Right.
I tell people all the time, y'all better start reading Carter G. Woodson, Miseducation of the Negro, because this is happening right now. And you got to start having some real after school programs. We got to get back to everything I got from people coming together at churches, speaking into me,
Right.
allowing me to work in the church, allowing me to grow. But now, Deacon so-and-so don't ask Mother Johnson to ask the superintendent to ask the other deacon and the other deacon. Nothing happens. So we're locked down. And it's time to open back up. We can't just keep creating life centers. The church was supposed to be the life center, but now we're creating buildings, calling them the life center, and they're empty. So I plan on just keep speaking for the right, keep hoping that people will continue to listen, and just be open-minded. Because if what we're doing is not working, why are we keep doing the same thing? That don't make
Well,
no sense.
with that being said, I want to thank you for the time of sharing with me about what's taking place in the month of June, more specifically on June 17th, the Juneteenth parade. And as you transition your conversation, you start to really get down to the true roots of the culture about education, investing in the younger people, and the seniors or the seasoned individuals becoming the more so the elders and the counselors to teach that group of people. So I'm gonna give you the last few words, Marie, to share with the community and about the parade.
All right. Well, Saturday the 17th, we're going to line up at Wiseman High School. We're going to leave Wiseman High School and we're going to head to Burke-Jones Lane. And even if you didn't get a chance to register for the Juneteenth parade, you can register the day of right there at the lineup. We'll be giving out little cards showing that you registered. If you want to register easy, you can Cash App me, Brown 4213. That's my Cash App. And you can just Cash App me the $20 and show it on your phone when you get there. I want to make this as easy as possible. I'm not trying to hold a whole lot of meetings about the parade. I'm not trying to do all that because you already know how to drive. You know, I already know how to ride in a straight line. So you know how to show up. That's a parade. All this other stuff, I'm not for all that. So
Right.
I'm looking forward to you guys participating in the 12th annual Juneteenth parade. And after the parade, following the parade, we're going to have a community picnic. So we're going to have good cooks out there. So try not to even eat too much breakfast because when you eat breakfast, you're breaking your fast anyway. So eat fruit that morning and I guarantee you'll feel good. And then by the time we get to the park, you'll be ready to eat lunch. All right. Thank you for having me as usual. We're going to have to stop meeting once a year and kind of
Yes,
every
ma'am.
6 months, I'm going to have to come on and talk with you.
Sounds great. I like it. I like it. And I want to thank you again for sharing with me. I can hear how you're growing in wisdom. You share so much spiritual content. I definitely want to thank you for that. And keep on spreading your wings.